There exists in our universe a chaotic realm where terrible films give birth to excellent pinball machines. A prime example of how a cinematic belly flop can, against all odds, spawn a spectacular arcade experience is 1994's The Shadow. The Shadow, directed by Russell Mulcahy and graced by Alec Baldwin, is a film shrouded in more mystique than it ultimately delivers. In this cinematic puzzler, we find a perfect example of a beguiling paradox, a captivating premise that spirals into a labyrinthine plot, leaving the audience to navigate a maze without a map. The movie embarks on a journey to resurrect the atmosphere of the 1930s radio show, replete with Art Deco splendor and promises of dark, mysterious intrigue. And yet, for all the palpable potential oozing from every shadowy frame, the film trips over its own ambition. Baldwin, as Lamont Cranston, the Shadow, unleashes a voice deeper than a chasm, but the film's convoluted storyline often rivals its protagonist in complexity. It's as though the filmmakers assumed their audience possessed clairvoyant powers to decipher their disjointed narrative. The supporting cast, including Penelope Ann Miller and John Lone, becomes mere adornments, adrift in a sea of missed opportunities. I mean, your freaking movie has Tim Curry in it. What the fuck are you doing? The chief antagonist, Shawan Khan, bears all the menace of a deflated beach ball, a character who promises grandeur but delivers not. In the pinball arcade of this cinematic realm, the Shadow is the flippant coin that emerges from the other side of the machine, something you didn't quite expect. The film, for all its missteps, still possesses the allure of an enchanting siren. As for the pinball machine, it emerges as a radiant artifact. Transcending its cinematic origin, with aesthetics that drip with charm, it teleports players to the heart of 1930s New York, devoid of the film's perplexities. Its gameplay is a demanding dance, much like navigating the intricacies of a case with The Shadow, and unlike the film, it keeps players engaged. The magnetic upper playfield, known as the Sanctum, exerts an irresistible pull on players, a magnetic mystery that challenges even the savviest detectives to strategize and conquer. The audio design, featuring a few memorable lines from the film and a jazzy soundtrack, immerses players in the era, sparing them the befuddlement of the film's plot. In conclusion, the Shadow film, in its own curious way, is like a magician who attempts a complex trick that often falls flat, leaving audiences in more bafflement than awe. On the flip side, the Shadow pinball machine proves to be a captivating treasure, outshining the film like a lighthouse piercing the fog. It serves as a reminder that even cinematic misfires can give birth to arcade gems. If you dare to descend into the rabbit hole of this bizarre film-to-pinball transformation, prepare to emerge with an appreciation for enigmatic mysteries and the peculiar allure of a pinball machine that, against all odds, transcends its cinematic origins. Johnny Mnemonic is a cinematic equivalent of a concussion. Loud, confusing, and leaving you wondering why you subjected yourself to such madness. This dismal attempt to ride the coattails of the cyberpunk genre is a baffling testament to how a film can stumble so hard that it propels an astonishing pinball machine into the spotlight. Directed by Robert Longo and starring me, Keanu Reeves, the movie throws viewers headfirst into a dystopian future where data is power, and that kind of becomes meaningless pretty fast. Reeves, as Johnny, plays the brave soul with more data in his head than the internet, and yet even he can't save this train wreck of a narrative. The plot is like an Ouroboros of idiocy, endlessly circling back on itself, making you wish you could wipe your own memory to forget you ever watched it. The supporting cast, including Dina Meyer and Ice-T, tries valiantly to infuse depth into the story, but their efforts are akin to rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. Noble, but ultimately futile, bro. The villains are about as intimidating as a fluffy little kitten with a feather duster.
Keanu Reeves.
You can't shoot me.
Not in the head.
Johnny Mnemonic.
But now, let's shift our focus to the shining star in this celestial disaster, the Johnny Mnemonic Pinball Machine. It's as if the universe felt guilty for birthing such a horrendous film and decided to make amends with a pinball masterpiece. This machine, born from the ashes of cinematic despair, captures the essence of the film's cyberpunk aesthetic. It dazzles players with a neon-lit, data-soaked dystopian future that makes the movie's visuals look like a child's crayon drawing. But what truly sets this pinball machine apart is its gameplay. It's a whirlwind of lights, sounds, and actions that mirrors the movie's frenetic energy, but in a way that's actually enjoyable. The pinball machine is a symphony of chaos and strategy, not unlike Johnny's journey to retrieve his lost memories. It demands precision, timing, and a dash of luck as players navigate the challenging shots and multi-ball sequences that immerse them in the movie's dystopian world. It's like living inside the film, only without the incoherent bullshit. The audio design, featuring quotes and sound bites from the film, along with an electrifying soundtrack, complements the gameplay, creating an auditory experience that elevates the game to new heights, bro. In conclusion, Johnny Mnemonic is... Oh, sorry, man, I forgot how to pronounce it. In conclusion, Johnny Mnemonic, the film, is an exercise in masochism, a cinematic disaster that leaves you questioning your life choices. However, Johnny Mnemonic, the pinball machine, is the universe's way of apologizing for this cruel prank. It takes the film's shortcomings and turns them into a pinball party that you won't believe exists. So if you ever find yourself at the crossroads of self-inflicted punishment and pinball ecstasy, choose the latter, bro. It's a lot less painful and a whole lot more fun. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Hey yo, the year is 1993, and yours truly, Sylvester Stallone, hey yo, made a movie called Demolition Man, a film that hits you over the head like a sledgehammer and then offers a pinball machine as surprising as finding a hidden Taco Bell in a dystopian future. This cinematic endeavor, directed by Marco Brambilla and featuring Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes, is a remarkable case of subpar film spawning a surprisingly entertaining pinball machine. Hey, you can knock him down, why don't you try knocking me down now? The film propels us into a seemingly utopian but overly sanitized future where crime has been eradicated, but so has any semblance of fun or spontaneity. Stallone plays John Spartan, a man out of time, thawed from a cryogenic slumber to stop a nefarious plot by Simon Phoenix, played by Snipes. The film's plot is as nuanced as a bulldozer, opting for explosive action sequences over character development or coherent storytelling. Stallone's performance is about as subtle as a jackhammer in a library. Snipes, on the other hand, turns the villainous charm up to 11, chewing through scenes like a chainsaw through butter. The supporting cast is pretty good. It's got Sandra Bullock, she's pretty hot, and there's like seashells and stuff.
Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, Demolition Man.
Now let's dive into the pinball machine inspired by this cinematic spectacle. Demolition Man 1993 pinball machine, designed by Dennis Nordman and manufactured by Williams, is a delightful surprise that springs from the wreckage of the film. It captures the essence of the movie's chaotic future while offering a pinball experience that, against all odds, is highly entertaining. The gameplay is a frenzy of lights, sounds, and actions, mirroring the film's over-the-top nature, but in a way that's genuinely fun. Players are thrust into a world where they must complete objectives, perform skill shots, and engage in challenging multi-ball modes, like a lot of them. It's like navigating the chaotic narrative of the film, but without the headache. The machine's layout is cleverly designed, demanding precision and strategy from players. It presents challenging shots and intricate features that immerse them in the film's dystopian world. It's a roller coaster ride that can be as unpredictable as the Taco Bell menu in the film's future. The audio design, featuring sound bites and quotes from the film, along with an electrifying soundtrack, adds depth to the pinball experience, creating an auditory spectacle that elevates the gameplay to new heights. In conclusion, Demolition Man, the movie, may be a cinematic wrecking ball of subtlety, but its a pinball counterpart is a hidden gem in the rubble. It takes the film's lackluster qualities and transforms them into an action-packed, fast-paced pinball adventure that, like Taco Bell in a dystopian future, is a delightful surprise. So if you find yourself at the crossroads of cinematic destruction and pinball excitement, bypass the movie and head straight for the pinball machine. It's an experience worth having.
Herkema Homolka, formerly of Romania, free now of the chains of Ceausescu, traveling the world, doing good.
If you ever find yourself at the crossroads between watching Congo from 1995 and poking your eyes out with a rusty spoon, do yourself a favor and choose the latter. This cinematic expedition gone wrong is like a root canal for your brain. Directed by Frank Marshall and featuring Laura Linney, Dylan Walsh, and Tim Curry.
Forgive me.
Attempting to navigate the cinematic jungle, this film is the kind of treasure hunt that leads you straight into the depths of despair. Linney and Walsh play the world's least competent explorers, in search of a hidden diamond mine, but their expedition is about as organized as a squirrel's sock drawer. And then there's Tim Curry,
Forgive me.
who graces us with an accent so absurd it makes Count Dracula sound like a linguistics professor.
Yes, but we have a trumping card that they did not have.
With a plot that's as tangled as the jungle it's set in and dialogue that's more cringeworthy than a middle school talent show, Congo is a lesson on how not to make a movie.
Congo, where you are the endangered species.
But let's talk about the pinball machine, because that's where the story takes an unexpected turn. The Congo 1995 pinball machine, designed once again by Dennis Nordman, is like a beacon of hope rising from the cinematic abyss. It is as if the creators said, hey, this movie is an absolute disaster, but maybe the pinball machine won't suck. The pinball machine's gameplay is a delightful safari compared to this film's trek through the wilderness of ineptitude. It offers players an adventure through a multi-layered playfield where skillful shots and objectives provide a genuinely entertaining experience. Nordman's design is a refreshing escape from the cinematic mess. It captures the essence of the jungle without the cringeworthy dialogue and inexplicable accents.
Forgive me.
The audio design adds to the excitement, immersing players in a world of suspense and adventure that the film only dreamed of achieving. The pinball challenges players with precision shots, intricate features, and a thrilling journey that captures the essence of an African expedition far better than the film ever could. It's a roller coaster of skill and strategy, taking you on a wild ride that the movie could only dream of achieving. In conclusion, Congo 1995, the film, is a train wreck that's hard to look away from, not because it's fascinating, but because it's so bad it's almost impressive.
Forgive me.
Congo the Pinball Machine, however, is the unexpected hero in this story, transforming the cinematic chaos into enjoyable pinball adventures. So when faced with the choice between the film and the pinball machine, remember that the latter only offers a wild ride without the cringe, the confusion, and Tim Curry's accent. It's the only Congo expedition worth embarking on. I'm Tim Curry.
Forgive me.
Batman Forever. What a name, right? It's more like Batman for an eternity, because sitting through this flick feels like a never-ending journey through neon-soaked lunacy. Directed by Joel Schumacher and starring Val Kilmer as Batman, it's a film that is as perplexing as the Riddler's mind. Kilmer's Batman broods more than a teenager grounded for stealing the Batmobile. But let's not kid ourselves, he's the least of our worries. We've got Tommy Lee Jones trying to outdo himself with his over-the-top Two-Face, and Jim Carrey's Riddler is like a human Ritalin prescription. And the bat nipples. Who thought that was a good idea? It's like they let the wardrobe department loose in a fetish shop. Gotham City, though, is the unsung hero here. A neon-soaked wonderland that feels like a mix between a rave party and a Tim Burton acid trip. As if the production designer had been holding on to millions of glow sticks and thought, there has never been a better time than now.
Courage now. Truth, always. Batman, forever.
But enough about the cinematic calamity. Let's dive into the real star of the show, Batman Forever 1995, The Pinball Machine. Designed by John Borg, this pinball creation is a marvel that captures the essence of Gotham City while leaving the campiness of the film behind. The gameplay is where the machine shines. It offers an adrenaline-pumping experience, akin to being on patrol with Batman through the dark, twisted streets of Gotham. You're tasked with completing various objectives, engaging in thrilling multi-ball modes, and nailing skill shots with precision. It's like trying to outsmart the Riddler himself. Borg's design mirrors the film's neon-drenched Gotham with vibrant and intricate artwork, offering a visually stimulating and dynamic pinball experience. The audio design adds depth to the game, immersing players in the world of Batman, while maintaining the perfect balance between suspense and excitement. It's as if they stole the film's budget and invested it wisely in pinball wizardry. The movie Batman Forever may be the cinematic equivalent of a bat nipple, but it's redeemed by Gotham's neon charm. Batman the Pinball Machine is a triumphant creation that offers an exhilarating journey through the dark and neon-soaked streets of Gotham, making you feel like the real Batman. There are a few Batman machines to play. They're all pretty damn good. There is a 1989 Batman pinball machine. This one, The Dark Knight. I recommend this one over all the others. I'm Batman.
Double it!
I'm Batman.
"1994's The Flintstones" is a cinematic endeavor that attempts to bring the Stone Age to the modern era, but ends up feeling more dated than a calendar. Directed by Brian Levant, this live-action adaptation of the beloved animated series is about as lively as a piece of petrified wood. John Goodman's Fred Flintstone is a real-life yabba-dabba-doer. Even his boundless enthusiasm can't save the film from its own bedrock-bottom script. The humor here, filled with puns and visual gag, lands with all the subtlety of a brontosaurus trying to tiptoe through a rock quarry. The plot is about as sophisticated as a dinosaur's knitting club, leaving us with a movie that's as flat as a pterodactyl pancake. While The Flintstones earnestly tries to capture the magic of the original animated series, it feels more like an archaeological dig than a cinematic masterpiece. The puns, once a source of humor, are relentless and repetitive, like the sound of a woodpecker on a stone wall. The film's nostalgia factor might tickle your funny bone, but it can't fill the creator-sized gaps in its storytelling. Now let's shift gears and jump from cinematic bedrock to the world of pinball.
Steven Spielberg presents The Flintstones.
We have the Flintstones 1994 pinball machine, designed by John Trudeau and manufactured by Williams Electronic Games. And this is where the real bedrock party is happening. The gameplay of the Flintstones pinball machine offers a series of challenging shots and objectives that keep players on their toes, making it more exhilarating than a ride on the back of a woolly mammoth. Unlike the film's sluggish pace, this pinball machine keeps the action rolling, providing a blend of unpredictability and strategic gameplay. Trudeau's design for the pinball machine manages to capture the vibrant and colorful essence of the original cartoon, as if the bedrock world suddenly exploded into your living room. The detailed artwork and clever features transport players into the iconic world of Bedrock. The audio design, featuring the iconic Flintstones theme and character voices, creates an immersive experience that turns every shot into a Stone Age adventure. Hey Fred, the Flintstones may have left us with more groans than laughs, but the Flintstones pinball machine is a real bedrock party. It offers an uproarious and engaging experience that turns the world of Bedrock into an interactive adventure, unlike the film that's about as animated as a petrified tree stump. If you find a Flintstones machine in the wild, throw a quarter in it and tell them Barney sent you.
I don't know if that's Barney's laugh or the doctor from The Simpsons, but we're gonna go with it. Thanks for watching.
1979's Meteor is one of those cinematic disasters that should come with a warning label. Prepare for a meteor-sized headache. Directed by Ronald Neame, this star-studded space saga boldly attempts to deliver a disaster film of cosmic proportions.
That meteor is 5 miles wide and it's definitely gonna hit us!
But ends up being more laughable than the thought of a meteorologist correctly predicting the weather. The film boasts a stellar cast, including me, Sean Connery, Natalie Wood, and Carl Malden, but even their considerable talents can't elevate the material. Sean Connery, me, Sean Connery battles an impending meteor collision that's about as suspenseful as a game of cosmic bingo. While Meteor aims for epic destruction, the special effects feel more like they were created in a backyard with firecrackers and a couple of sparklers. Now let's turn our attention away from the cinematic disaster and into the pinball galaxy, where Meteor's 1979 pinball machine, designed by Steve Kirk, manufactured by Stern Electronics, awaits. 1979's Meteor offers a riveting experience filled with challenging shots that will have you flipping faster than a spaceship dodging celestial debris. Unlike the film, this pinball machine provides a sense of thrill. Kirk's design for the pinball machine successfully captures the essence of cosmic chaos, featuring artwork that immerses players in a celestial adventure. The audio design, with its space-themed sound effects and catchy tunes, adds an extra layer of enjoyment to the game. It's like a trip through the cosmos without the headache-inducing plot of the movie. Meteor might not have the impact of a celestial collision it aims for, but the pinball machine absolutely does. Hello, Moneypenny. I'm Sean Connery. Sean Connery. I can't do it anymore. It offers an exciting, challenging pinball experience that's light years ahead of the film's quality. Come on, guys. I apologize for all the terrible voices I've been doing. ...2003's Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines is a classic case of machines rising, but the audience's hopes falling. Directed by Jonathan Mostow and featuring Arnold Schwarzenegger returning as the Terminator, the film tries to recapture the magic of its predecessors but ends up being like a malfunctioning T-800. While Schwarzenegger's charisma shines through, obviously, the film is overshadowed by an overcomplicated plot, confusing time travel elements, and an underwhelming new Terminator model. It's a girl. The story is about as straightforward as deciphering hieroglyphics while riding a roller coaster, but let's steer clear of the cinematic confusion and explore the Terminator 3 Rise of the Machine's pinball machine.
She'll be back.
Fine, she's with you. You fall behind on your own. This pinball machine offers a fun and action-packed escape from the film's muddled narrative. The gameplay is a blast, providing players with a thrilling experience reminiscent of battling Terminators themselves. It challenges players to complete missions, make skillful shots, and rack up points in ways that are far more enjoyable than trying to prevent the rise of Skynet. Ritchie's design captures the essence of Terminator universe with detailed artwork and mechanical features that make you feel like you're in the midst of a war against the machines. The audio design adds depth to the experience, immersing players in the Terminator world in ways that would make the Cyberdyne Model T101 proud. In conclusion, Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, the film, may have left audiences with more questions than answers, but it had moments of Arnold Schwarzenegger's iconic presence. Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, the pinball machine, is a delightful escape from the cinematic chaos. It is an action-packed journey that captures the spirit of the Terminator franchise, minus the perplexing time travel elements.
Red has been shot down.
The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, is the first installment in Peter Jackson's prequel trilogy to the Lord of the Rings series. Based on J.R.R. Tolkien's beloved novel, the film takes us on a long, winding journey with a cast of characters as extensive as the wait time at the DMV. Sure, it still has the epic scale and the sweeping landscapes that the Lord of the Rings series is known for. It's got hobbits, dwarves, and wizards. Martin Freeman is here too, doing his best Bilbo Baggins impression. Me, Gandalf the Grey. I'm there. But the problem is, when you stretch a relatively short novel into a 3-part trilogy, you end up with a plot thinner than a runway model on a juice cleanse. The film is like that one relative who shows up at family gatherings, thinking they're the life of the party, but ends up droning on about their stamp collection. Some moments are charming, and there's the occasional excitement, but by the time it ends, you'll feel like you've embarked on a journey that's longer than a cross-country road trip with a backseat driver. Despite the criticisms, there are still some visual stunning moments and a faithful adaptation of Tolkien's world. Martin Freeman's Bilbo is the saving grace, offering a flicker of charisma in the midst of the endless orc battles and dwarf bickering and green screening. So while it's not exactly the second coming of Frodo and company, it's still a decent enough return to Middle-earth. Now let's jump into the magical world of pinball with The Hobbit.
And if you do, you will not be the same.
Designed by Dennis Nordman and manufactured by Jersey Jack Pinball, this pinball machine is like the most unexpected surprise at the bottom of a cereal box. It's an immersive experience that might just make you forget about the 3-part cinematic marathon you just ran. The gameplay is as epic as Bilbo's adventure, and it offers a variety of missions and objectives that'll keep you flippin' for hours. It's visually stunning, much like the movie, and it captures the essence of Middle-earth with every bumper hit. Nordman's design is as intricate as a Tolkien map, and the artwork truly immerses you in the fantasy world. The audio design with its soundtrack and sound effects makes you feel like you're right there in the Shire, battling trolls and navigating through dark forests. The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey might not be the cinematic masterpiece we were hoping for. It's a journey worth taking for fans of Tolkien's world. The Hobbit pinball machine is the real treasure in this adventure. It offers an epic journey through Middle-earth without the extended runtime and dwarf overload. It's a quest that'll keep you entertained without testing your patience. I'm Gandalf the Grey, or possibly the White. Technically I'm the Grey because this is The Hobbit and it's the prequel. BALLY. 2010's Tron Legacy is a visually stunning neon-lit spectacle that promises much, but ultimately leaves viewers trapped in a digital labyrinth of mediocrity. Directed by Joseph Kosinski, this long-awaited sequel to the cult classic Tron had fans revving their light cycles with excitement, only to hit a virtual roadblock of disappointment. Garrett Hedlund takes the reins as Sam Flynn, the son of the original film's protagonist Kevin Flynn. While he looks the part, his character's journey through the digital world known as the Grid is as emotionally engaging as a malfunctioning LED display. Jeff Bridges reprises his role as Kevin Flynn, but even the dude himself can't save this film from a script that's as hollow as an empty bit. Visually, Tron Legacy is a dazzling spectacle, showcasing the beauty of the digital frontier in breathtaking style, yet the film's stunning aesthetics can't compensate for its narrative hollowness. The world of the Grid may be a visual masterpiece, but it's populated by characters and a story as lifeless as defunct code. Now let's power up our light cycle and drive into the realm of Tron Legacy Pinball.
Is our destiny.
Designed by John Papaduke and manufactured by Stern Pinball, 2011's Tron Legacy The Pinball Machine offers a stark contrast to the film. It's a high-octane, adrenaline-pumping experience that captures the essence of the digital world
in a way the film fails to do. Players are thrust into a whirlwind of fast-paced action, challenging shots, and electrifying missions that keep them on the edge of their seats. Papa Duke's design for the pinball machine mirrors the film's neon aesthetic, featuring intricate artwork and vivid colors that bring the grid to life in a tangible and exciting way. The audio design adds depth to the experience with a pulsating soundtrack and immersive sound effects, creating a true fusion of sight and sound. The film Tron Legacy may have dazzled our retinas with its neon beauty, but it stumbles in its storytelling. Tron Legacy the Pinball Machine is the real standout in this digital duel. It offers an electrifying and engaging experience that immerses the players in the digital frontier, where the excitement is as real as the film's shortcomings.
I met a brave warrior. Bum 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 bum. Tron!
Skill shot successful.
Moving on.